Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today is a tutorial. Today is going to be a tutorial on how to get an even distributed furnace array set up. One of the main problems I found when trying to find a furnace array setup is that it would go into the first one and then the second one and then the third and fill up a stack in the first, fill up a stack in the second, and it would take ages to get to the last one, or it would distribute randomly, which is terrible and not what I want. I want quick, evenly distributed smelting, which is why I have had a look around on the internet, seen a few similar designs to this, slightly different, and I thought I would share my video on it just because nothing seems to be available to easily show you how to set this up. So let's jump right into it. So as you can see here, we have the collection chest, which is fed in by a load of hoppers just under here, which is taking all the items, smelted items, from the furnaces here. So that is fed by these hoppers here, which will be feeding fuel, and then you can set up any kind of line like that to spread the fuel across all of the different furnaces. For the input of the items that we want to smelt, up here is the input chest, and I will show you how you can make it the same level as the output chest afterwards, after we created this. But this feeds along here and puts one item, basically takes one item out, puts your item in there, moves it across, moves it across, moves it across. So there'll always be one item per hopper. When this gets to the end and there is one item in this hopper, this comparator here will detect that item, unpowering this redstone torch, unpowering this redstone line, which will unlock these hoppers here, which will allow them to take the one of each item in, and then drop it into the furnace below. So if I get 32 cobblestone here and pop it into this chest, you see it will start feeding out instantly. We can watch this run. So it flashes once, twice, 3 times, and finally 4 times. So that will mean that there is 3 items in each of these furnaces, and then there will always be, that is the only snag with this furnace setup, there will be an item stuck in here, but you can either leave that until you next smelt a bunch of items, or you can just hit that button and there'll be 4 in each. So it's not a massive issue. So if you're smelting a whole bunch of items, there will only be one of each item in the row of hoppers up there. So you can just hit that button, wait for one item to smelt, and then that will all jump in there if you really need the items in that row. To start building this, we want to start with our collection chest. So we want 2 chests there, and then we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a row of 8 hoppers with 2 output hoppers there, or you can have as many as you like wherever you want the collection to go to. And you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 furnaces there, and that is the basic setup for the collecting the items after they've smelted. I normally build it from the ground up, so I'll put these hoppers in here, and this will be for your fuel. And let's create a line across as well. That will just basically backlog. So it's always good to have more fuel than you need. So hopefully you have enough fuel supply to connect to this here to fill up all of these hoppers and all of the furnaces. So next we want 1 row of hoppers pointing directly down into the top of the furnaces, and then 1 row of hoppers which point along the row, and we can just extend that out. So this over here, this end, this is going to be your input chest, so that's where the items you want to smelt will go in. You can either make that 1 or 2 or more potentially if you need it, but do whatever suits your setup. Okay then, so on to the redstone. So you want a block in front of all of these hoppers here, and then redstone on top of all of these blocks, and you want to go down 1 and across 3, and you've got to make sure that this is the way that all this top row hoppers are facing, so you can't do it on the other end. And then you want to block in front of that, You want a block just there, and a block just there, and a comparator facing that way, a redstone torch, and 3 more redstone, which will make sure that line is powered. And that is it complete. So then we can drop 32 cobblestone in here, and as you can see, it is being filtered out here pretty darn quickly and taken along here. Then we have 2 and 3, and all of these have 3, and despite there being a double chest up there, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the system at all, and you can just place a button, or you can create a little redstone line up to that redstone torch to power that redstone torch so that you can get the last row out. In order to have your output the same level as your input, you will need some sort of contraption to lift your items up and put them in this chest up here. What I've designed here is a quick item dropper, so it'll take items from this chest, feed them through these hoppers into this dropper. If there's something in the dropper, this comparator will power this block, which will extend this piston, creating an observer clock, powering this dropper on repeat until all the items are out of the dropper, and then this piston will retract again. Over here is just a simple water stream with a bubble column, lifting the items all the way up and into these 2 hoppers, which will obviously feed into our system nicely. So if I drop 1 stack of items in here, you'll see it's going out nice and fast, up here and into the hoppers. It's slightly slow at the top here, but that shouldn't or won't have any effect on your furnace rates. They're all going in nice and fast, as you can see, and it won't be a problem. So as you can see, there'll probably be a backlog out over here. Yeah, so there's no risk of any loss on your furnaces over here, which is ideal. In order to create this, I'll take you through step by step. So you want a dropper facing into the water stream where your items are going to shoot up, and then you basically want a button there. You want ice on the bottom, make sure the items don't get stuck, and you want to come in here and fill all of these up, making sure that there's bubbles at the top, allowing it to be pushed over to the hoppers over there. Over here, you want a comparator facing into this block here, with a piston here, and an observer here, and an observer here. You could have 2 ways in, so it will feed this dropper twice as fast, but 1 way will definitely be sufficient. So you just create a nice quick way in there. It honestly doesn't make any difference if you have 1 or 2. Most people will normally have 2 though. Final notes about this furnace setup: so it can be used with the normal furnaces, the blast furnaces, or the smoker, and it can be extended to 15 furnaces long. However, I don't know if that will have any impact on the rates, as if you're using fuel source such as coal or kelp, you might see a slight loss because the second batch might not reach the end of this line before the first batch has finished smelting. But if you're using something like bamboo or sticks or wood, you will not see a loss, and that should be fine. If you do have any questions about how you can adapt this farm to suit your setup, let me know via my Instagram. So that's n2att2_official. Same as my YouTube channel with an _official at the end. Let me know what you think of this. If you have any queries or questions or any suggestions on how I can improve this, do let me know in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe for more, and let me know what you want to see next.